Hello guys, I want to wish you all a happy new year. Um 2025 was quite profitable for us, gold in particular. Unfortunately, I could not make as many videos as I would have liked to make in 2025. But I hope that is going to change. My plan is to make that change 2026 to make more consistent videos at least once a week in the weekend, and then possibly maybe a second one during the week, just kind of like as an update, trade update. But yeah, the major one would be at least once a week during the weekends. So um, at least that's what's the plan for this year. Yeah. So let's just go straight into it. This is my third time of making the videos. I keep getting interruptions, network and power. But yeah, so let's try that again. So uh, this year we're going to be looking at majorly four pairs or four instruments, which is going to be gold, silver, Bitcoin, and Nasdaq 100. Um, if we go to gold, well, gold is kind of like our standard, and we're looking at gold here. But let me give you a more broader view on gold, right? If we look at gold, we're looking currently at the weekly charts, and we can see that on gold, it has been steady bullish for the past 3 years. We can see that there was this bullish crossover on the weekly chart for gold in January 2023, and gold has been consistently bullish since that period. Um, we can see in 2025 it was actually quite bullish. Uh, well, um, no thanks to Trump. A lot of his policies, a lot of his rhetoric have had a direct correlation in the market, and we all know that instruments like gold and silver are safe haven instruments where when people are uncertain, when there is uncertainty uh, in the investment space, a lot of people tend to buy gold because gold pretty much always holds its value and rarely does it um, rarely does it lose its value, or rarely does it become irrelevant. Gold has always been a stable and relevant commodity for thousands of years now. So, because of that, people tend to run towards gold and silver whenever there is a disruption or uncertainty in the market. And as things are, if you look at the economic situation in Venezuela, you look at what's going on in the Middle East, if you look at even things that are currently going on in the United States, you will know that the uncertainty in the market is not going to slow down anytime soon. So definitely based on this, we should be expecting more bullish action on gold. Any pullback, any sell in gold is just an opportunity for you to add more to your buy position. So we're going to be looking at daily. This is the daily chart. Unfortunately, I could not make a video last week. If I had, I would have told you guys to get ready to buy. And we can see that the whole of last week there was a quite a bullish action. Last week, towards the end of last week, gold fell hard, but all the losses gold made last week have all but been recovered this week, and we expect gold to make new highs. As we can see, if we go back to the weekly chart, we will see that Yeah, weekly chart is taking some time to load. Sorry, let me just try that again. Okay, yeah, I'm having some challenges with my internet connection. Okay, we can see that gold made an all-time high 3 weeks ago, and I expect that all-time high to be pretty much eviscerated uh, by next week or in the upper week. So we are still strongly bullish on gold, and I expect you to be also. Like I said, any sell-off in gold, just use that as an opportunity to buy more gold. So let's come back to the 4-hour chart. Apologies, my internet is just crawling today. Like I said, this is the third time I've tried making this video today, but for reasons beyond me, yeah, okay, there it is. It has loaded. Let me just make it a little bit more visible. Yeah, so we're looking at the 4-hour chart here, right? This is why I prefer MT4 for analysis than TradingView, because TradingView, when you change the time frame, it starts looking funny. Yeah, so we could see that right here on January 26th, that was Monday at around 3 p.m. We could see that gold crossed from the sell territory into a buy, and we actually placed a buy there, which we are still holding right up till now. We would like to hold it maybe if possibly for the whole of January. We would like to hold that buy position. So we place that buy position based on the uh, bullish crossover on 4 hours. And then if we come back down to 1 hour, we could also see that there was a bullish crossover here on the 26th. And we could also see, sorry, this is, sorry, on Friday the 2nd. Sorry, I'm looking at the year. I was like 26th. We're just on the 10th of January. Where's 26th of January coming in? Yeah. So this we got a bullish crossover here at around 2 p.m. Friday the 2nd, but I actually entered here 5 a.m. Um, 5 a.m. on Monday. So that's my second buy entry right here. And I took a third, sorry, that will be, yeah, third buy entry on Thursday at around 9 p.m. Third buy entry on 1 hour crossover right here. So I have a total of actually five open buy trades on gold right now. One was entered on 4 hour confirmation. Two were entered on two were entered on 1 hour time frame, and I'll show you the 15-minute entries which I took on gold. A lot of this is also similar with silver. You can see right here Thursday at around between 3 and 4 p.m. there was a buy entry here, and I took another buy entry here on Friday, which is, although it's not an ideal entry, but I entered at that point with that strong rejection just after the NFP news, and you could see that the market went bullish. Now, as it is, I still expect to hold these positions well into. I won't hold all the positions. The 4 hours and the 1 hour positions I would hold. Try to hold as much as possible for the rest of January, but the 15-minute entries, I'll trail those entries, and if I'm stopped out, I'm stopped out. But even as it is now, most of those the 15-minute entries are already locked in profit. So if I'm stopped out, I'll be stopped out in profit. Let's quickly look at silver. So similar thing for silver, right? Silver has been very bullish. Let's go to the higher time frame weekly. Let's just do a drop down. Let's just do a drop down analysis on silver. We can see a similar pattern emerging from silver. In fact, silver has been flying a lot more than gold, but it has been going under the radar, right? Not so many people are as aware of silver as they are of gold, and a lot of people are scared of silver because if your equity is not that much, silver will, even if you're in the right direction, it might take you out of the trade due to the high value of one pip in silver. But we can see that same bullish momentum, and we can see how much ground silver covered in just 2025 alone. It started 2025 trading at about $38 and closed 2025 trading at $78. That's almost double the price. And when we're playing in leveraged markets, when something doubles the price, that's going to give you mad profits. So let's just come back down to daily. We can see pretty much the same graphics on daily. We can see silver crossed bullish sometime in late April, and has been steady bullish since then. Come down to 4 hours, and we can see the latest bullish trend on 4 hours started late November and has been steady bullish since then. So what do? We come to our 1 hour, or we go to our 15 minutes and we try to look for entries. Uh, 1 hour entry. This was Monday the 5th. We got a 1 hour entry here, and then we got another one uh, just on Friday here. So if you're holding both these positions, it's a good thing. I encourage you to continue holding those positions. If we go slightly further back, we can still see one on 25th of this, the 19th of December, which was the last bullish trade I took for the year 2025. So let's just quickly go into two others that two other pairs that I do not really talk about on the channel as much, right? Let me choose this. Yeah, the one provided by Nasdaq themselves. Now, one thing about Nasdaq that people should be aware of is that it's actually quite choppy. Is not as smooth as gold and silver. Those that trade gold and silver with me know that I like markets that are quite smooth. You know, once it's buying, it buys. But something like Nasdaq or Dow Jones or any of such instruments usually are quite choppy. Even in their bullish trend, they drop sharply before rising and then drop sharply again. So it's just something to take note when trading, something just so that you won't get scared as the market is rising. You can also see Nasdaq has been on a steady uptrend from all the way back in 2023. Um, there was a dip sometime in early 2025, and the bullish trend resumed in June and has been steady bullish since then, creating almost every month a new all-time high. So that's just something to keep in mind. Um, If we go down to daily, sorry, but we just need to keep doing this. If anyone knows any way to keep this from happening, this resizing anytime you change um when you change the time frame, please do let me know in the comment section. Or those of you that have my personal details, please reach out to me because it's actually quite frustrating. Anytime you change the time frame, you need to come back and readjust. Okay, so like you see, as I told you, Nasdaq is quite choppy in the way it behaves, but all the same, it is a steady mover. It's been in that steady uptrend, and there's no indication that it's going to stop anytime soon. So if we're trading off the daily charts, we come down to 1 hour to look for our entries, and we can see a very good entry here. This was from uh, November 25th. We can see there was that good bullish trend here. There was a pullback and another bullish trend starting on sorry the 19th of December, and the latest bullish trend that we have actually was on the 6th of January. um, I was fortunate enough to make I missed the other two entries, but I've been able to enter Nasdaq here, and just like gold and silver, I plan to hold this for the remainder of at least January 2026. If I can still hold it, if I'm not stopped out, and if I get the opportunity to still hold it beyond that level, I would also do so. Now, in the case of Nasdaq, I keep my entries to um, the time frames I use is strictly daily and 1 hour. I don't trade it like I trade gold, where I come down to 4 hours and 15 minutes, because, like you see, if you look at the 4 hour chart, you can see it's quite choppy. It's not so smooth, and it might be a bit. More difficult getting, very precise entries. Um, very precise entries when you're using 4 hours. And if you even if you go down to 15 minutes, you can see that it can be quite erratic. Since 4 hours keeps dancing up and down, it will be difficult to get entries on 15 minutes. Even though we can see there are good trends on the 15 minutes, but a lot of it doesn't correspond with what is going on 4 hours. So in that case, I tend to keep my trading limited to daily and 1 hour, and it also prevents me from trying to chase the market on a lower time frame. When you are just trading off 1 hour, you have that liberty to use your time more judiciously, do other things, and allow the market to play out. Similar thing. Let's just go to BTC real quick. I don't like my videos being too long. I just want to give us an idea of what we are going to be looking at for January and for 2026. So let me take from crypto.com. Yeah. So let's do the same thing. Let's just do a top-down approach. Bitcoin. Yeah. So some of you might be wondering what indicators I'm using. I'll advise you to check some of my older videos where I have broken down my entire trading strategy, the moving averages that I use, and how I use those moving averages. This video is not catered towards that. Okay, so we're looking at the weekly time frame. Um, for those that know, um, Bitcoin has been pretty much um, bullish for the past, let me say, 4 to 5 years.